This segment of the news is brought to you by Desert View Hospital, providing emergency medical care around the clock at 360 South Lola Lane. Learn more at desertviewhospital.com. Physicians are not employees or agents of this hospital.
Welcome back to News 46. Nevada Highway Patrol has released information regarding a fatal accident that took the life of a Goldfield man. Troopers say that 73-year-old Gordon Felix was traveling northbound on U.S. Highway 95 on Wednesday, August 1st at approximately 8:19 p.m., riding his 2013 Harley-Davidson three-wheeled motorcycle north of mile marker 91 in Nye County. For unknown reasons, that motorcyclist left the roadway to the right and entered the desert terrain. The motorcycle struck an embankment, ejecting that rider. The rider was pronounced deceased on scene, and it's unknown if impairment was a factor. He was wearing a Department of Transportation approved helmet, and this crash remains under investigation. And another motorcycle rider died at the top of Highway 160 in Mountain Springs on Wednesday, August 3rd. NHP reports that at approximately 7:34 p.m., a red 2016 Suzuki Bandit motorcycle was northbound on State Route 160 north of Mount Potosi Canyon Road. For unknown reasons, the motorcycle crossed the center line and entered the southbound travel lanes. The motorcycle went off the road and struck the west side guardrail, ejecting that rider, who was flown to UMC Trauma, where he was pronounced deceased. The rider has been identified as 55-year-old Douglas Jett from El Mirage, Arizona. That driver was also wearing a helmet, and this crash also remains under investigation. Rosemary Clark Middle School Principal Tim Wambaker is reminding all Nye County School District students to get those bus applications submitted now.
Transportation. Now, if they live beyond 2 miles from the middle school, as the crow flies, if you will, they're not. They don't have access to transportation, but the middle school is so far north, a lot of people ride the bus, so it's important to get the application should have already been sent to them, and if they didn't get one of those, I think they can go on the Nye County School District side and print one of those off. I think it's also on our Rosemary Clark side at rclark at nye.k12.nb.us. Important thing is, got to get them ahead of time because transportation gets swamped the very first day of school with all the new applications, and they can't get caught up. So a lot of kids are like, how do I get home? Am I staying at school for until my ride gets here? We want to make sure that the kids, as soon as school gets out at 2:10, that they're ready to go.
What time does school start?
Our first bell rings at 7:50, and every school is a little bit different. Not a lot different, but the elementary start later, and then the high school and middle school about the same start time. So 7:50 our first bell, and then our tardy bell, we have one at 8:05 and one at 8:10, and we're going to be serving breakfast. We start that off right off in the morning. So the bells are set that way, so it's important to get them there on time, and then the bell rings at 2:10 and for the afternoon, and then it takes about 5 minutes for us to load the buses and get out at 2:15.
Sweet stocks are down. Angela Miles reports on that and more in today's Business First Brief.
Topping our news, Disney is in for a big day of trading. It doesn't happen often, but the company missed on earnings, sending the stock lower in the after-hours session. Disney's latest Star Wars film had a weak showing at the box office. The media company is making a move to take on Netflix. The Justice Department has approved Disney's plan to pay $71 billion for Fox Film and TV Studio. Snap admits it lost users for the first time. However, the social media site beat analyst revenue forecasts by adding on more international and small business advertisers. Investors snapped up the stock, including Prince Al-Walid, who acquired a 2.3% stake in Snapchat worth $250 million. Military members from West Virginia serving overseas will be the first to vote in a U.S. election using a smartphone app. The Boston company Votes created the mobile voting app and insists it is secure. Voters will need a government-issued ID and selfie-style video for their face recognition.
And stay tuned to News 46. We'll tell you about how the Oscars plans to change things up. We'll be right back.